what he cut himself with?
He said one of the steak knives, but I couldn't have.
Okay, let's not go reaching around. I just want you to get hurt, ma'am, in case it's sitting around here.
I didn't do anything.
It's okay. It's just procedure.
They heard yelling from your house.
Oh, he stabbed himself.
She doesn't go to bed. She goes back out on the couch, and she's sleeping on the couch, which is weird.
At some point, somebody took a knife to that room and returned it.
So her story doesn't make sense that he stabbed himself back there.
This is stay between us. Let me just be honest.
She can hear me over here. Honestly, I don't think he stabbed himself. I did not do this. I'm not a bad person. I'm not.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
He's 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
How would I be able to hurt him like that?
None of the evidence that we processed matches with what you're telling us.
On November 29, 2020, at 5:40 a.m., Farmington Police Department received a 911 call reporting an unattended death. Upon arrival at approximately 6 a.m., officers made contact with a woman outside the residence who was visibly upset and crying. She directed officers into the home where they encountered conditions that would later become the focus of a 5-year investigation.
Where is he, ma'am? Keep the door open. We have an officer coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, did you see what happened? Where's the blood coming from on him? On his chest?
And I fell asleep on the couch and I came in here and he was on the floor. He was on...
Okay. Ma'am, can you watch out? I just need to check his pulse.
He's cold.
He's cold?
He's cold.
When did you last see him?
About 3. And I came in just now. And I guess he'd gotten his razor out. I don't know what he did. I don't know.
Did he have any medical conditions, or what was he suffering from?
I don't know. I got out earlier. We were hanging out in this computer room, and he wanted some pie, and I made him pie. And then I brought him to bed, and he's like, it hurts.
His chest?
And I took his shirt off, and I don't know where I took it off. And I tried to clean it.
It's okay. Do you want to have a seat for me?
And then
do you know what he cut himself with?
he said one of the steak knives, but I couldn't have.
Okay, let's not go reaching around. I just want you to get hurt, ma'am, in case it's sitting around here.
Say again?
I don't want you reaching around just in case you get cut, okay?
Not that I know of.
Was he laying here in bed and you moved him over off the ground? Okay.
And when I got up,
Back here, Sarge. Oh, am I?
No.
We're not sure. She said he cut himself earlier in the night. Had been in bed in here, and then she came over, pulled him off the bed, took his shirt off. None of the lacerations I'm seeing are deep enough and have a lot of blood protruding, but
That's the thing.
I don't know.
That's what I told. It's not deep. They were deep. They're not deep enough to kill.
What medication does he take, ma'am? Or this is medication up here?
Was he said that he was cutting because it hurt, or he said it hurt because he cut it?
4106, do you have contact with Bishop Park officer?
I tried. I don't know if he took all his pills. I don't know.
It's okay. Take your time.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's fine, I'm calling him back.
I can't admit he was on the floor.
Is there a way to get her in the living room?
Yeah, we can try that.
Yeah.
How old is he?
49.
49.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. Man, we're going to assist you out to the living room, okay?
What happened?
Take some deep breaths. Is there anything we can get you, ma'am?
I don't want him to be like that, and I know he's...
We're going to take care of him, ma'am. We're going to respect him and we're going to take care of him for you.
106, I believe they're pulling up right now. 106,
Oh, am I for that? Okay.
I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't know.
It's okay.
We're gonna have somebody come and look at him, but we're gonna try and move him to a more accessible place, right here, right outside the door.
But you should have tried moving him when you're 4'11".
What's that?
You should have tried flipping him over when I'm 4'11".
Oh,
He
yeah.
was laying on his... He was on here on my computer, face down.
Okay.
And I rolled him over, and then and he's cold.
Is there any way that I can get you to step out and we're gonna end up coming out that way? Or do you want to wait until we make time? It's up to you. You can stay with him. I see he's wearing these compression socks. Does he have some medical conditions? Blood clots in his legs? Okay. Did he complain at all about any like feeling of pain or anywhere in his body?
I don't know what he did, you guys. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did.
Like I said, we're gonna have somebody come and check him out. That way, they can front and back look at him more thoroughly. Okay.
I don't know.
At this point, there's no way of us
I don't know.
knowing.
Ma'am, I'll give you a minute to say goodbye to him, but we'll have to move you out, okay, so we can conduct our investigation.
Why? I just had a damn baby born on Monday.
You want to wait? Are you at what?
He had puke on him when I rolled him over. There was puke.
Word number. 10-4-5-54.
None of these are deep enough to have done this right.
We don't know, ma'am. We don't get to tell that. We have to have a specialist come out who can better answer some questions for you that you probably have. I know you're going through a lot. I'm so sorry for your loss, ma'am. But a lot of this we don't know. It's going to take a specialist to come out and take a look at it and to probably get you some more answers that you're looking for.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Sergeant Olson. I'm on duty supervisor.
Did you ever look at the smoke?
I did. Okay.
So this?
Ma'am, what we have to do now is just have you step out into the kitchen. We can get some more information from you. And then we'll go from there, okay? And we can move him out of the way. That way you don't have to walk over him.
Are any of these blankets okay for us to use? Just to, get us sliding into the living room? Okay. Just making sure.
Or we can slide him over closer to the bed and...
That's okay, Heather. We got it from here, okay? We'll step right out with you.
I know it's a lot to take in right now, Heather. But we're just going to take baby steps, and the step is for you to come out in the kitchen, just give us some information so we can catch up on that, and then make some phone calls, okay? Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Deep puncture.
Okay.
I didn't see it. They look superficial because there's no blood coming out.
We're just gonna secure the scene and call detectives, and then they're gonna get some information from you. Okay, Heather? I know. Nobody's saying you did. Okay. You guys can just close the door. You can come out here. They look deep. We're gonna figure out. Okay. You guys can get some information from her, and then both you guys can step out of there.
Are they deep?
Heather, that's what we're gonna investigate. Okay. Yeah. So let's sit back down and let's start back on the story that you're telling. You're saying.
They were that deep, you guys.
I know.
I would have taken him in. I would have taken him in. I didn't think they were that deep. I did it, guys. I did it.
Sorry, Heather.
Is that one, huh?
What's that?
Is that one deep?
We don't know. Okay. That's what the Office of Medical Investigator will have to figure out.
Do you know where the knife is that you had? Or
He said it was another steak knife, but I didn't see it. That's the thing. Because I didn't see it.
And do you know if it was in here where he ended up possibly hurting himself, or what had happened exactly, Heather?
Yeah, well, we were going to bed, and he was like, it hurts. And I put him in bed, and,
And is there any cut marks on him at that time?
I didn't notice any at that time, and then I went a little later, and he was like, it hurts. There was blood on his, I was like, of course I said dirty words. What the did you do?
Did this happen whenever you were moving him on your shirt? You have some of this. Some blood.
I'm sure it happened when I moved him. Or when I took it off of him and I cleaned it up.
He was wearing a shirt.
And again, I can't find it. He was wearing a shirt and a jacket.
So with all that said, and I'm just going to kind of warn you ahead of time, they're going to probably collect your shirt, take pictures of you and your hands. Just because
I didn't do anything.
It's okay.
Listen,
It's just procedure.
I didn't do anything.
And I just wanted to warn you ahead of time. They're going to get here. I don't want you to be surprised by anything that happens. Okay, their investigation is going to be very thorough, and they're going to ask you questions and just kind of try and get a timeline to get there. We do need to find the shirt. We do need to find the jacket.
I was looking for that.
If we can touch as minimal things as possible.
With everyone asleep and the woman in visible distress, the case was turning out to be a confusing one. If it were a violent crime, the members of the household must have heard something. For now, all they could do was make sense of the timeline by speaking to the 911 caller, Heather.
So you warmed him some pie.
Right.
Okay. And then he ate the pie?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he went to bed about 11 or midnight. That's about as far as you and I got earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what happened after that?
And then he said, that's when he was like, it hurts. I was like, what are you talking about? It hurts. And I saw blood on him. And I took his shirt off, cleaned it up.
And you came to check on him, Heather? Could you hear him in there, or were you in there with him saying it hurts, it hurts?
I was in there.
Had he been asleep prior to saying anything, or was he kind of awake still?
He was awake. And I cleaned it up. I didn't think it was that. I really didn't think it was that bad. Because the steak knife, you really can't. I didn't. They're not even like.
Sure.
And I didn't notice any of them missing or any of that. So I was like. And I woke up at 3. And checked on him. And then I woke up a minute ago and he was on the floor. Because I was asleep on the couch.
So you had been in bed with him when he was saying it hurts, it hurts?
No. I mean, I was kind of, but I wasn't going to bed yet.
Right, were you laying down in bed with him though?
No.
No.
And at 3 o'clock, what was it like at the...
Like that. I mean, not cold.
But he was in bed?
He was in bed, and he was coherent, and he was, you know...
Did he say anything to you?
Mm-mm.
So then you went back to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
On the sofa again?
On the sofa, yeah, because he peed. Sorry.
He peed in the bed.
Yes!
Is that normal for him?
No!
No.
I was mad. Sorry, bad words.
Yeah.
Truth comes out. I ain't laying in a piss bed.
So then, right before you called us, you went and checked on him again. And then
He was on the floor.
He was on the floor. Okay.
He was face down. He was on the laptop, the school laptop, face down. And when he goes to sleep, he's cold anyway. And so, but when I rolled him over, there was puke and.
And he was lying on the floor or lying on the bed?
On the floor.
Does he have a history of tendencies? Has he ever hurt himself before?
Not with me, no.
And is he your husband?
We got married in September.
In September?
How long have you guys been together?
Almost a year. We had a little tiny little grandbaby born on Monday. In the back.
Have you been drinking at all today? Does he drink? Yeah. Does he drink often when he takes medication?
No. Well, he takes his meds all the time. But
How much alcohol do you think he had last night?
we had a little bit of.
Beer, hard liquor, wine, beer, hard liquor. What kind and how much can you guess?
Gin.
Gin.
I don't even know how much he drank.
Are all of his medications in the room, or does he have any out here? Because they're gonna want to look at those too.
Hi there. My name is Officer Joe with the Farmington Police Department. Just looking to speak with you at all. Do you know what's going on right now?
No, I just woke up.
Just woke up?
Yeah.
Okay. And who are you to them?
She's my boyfriend's mom.
She is your boyfriend's mom?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Robert's passed away. We don't know. She woke up and found him, and he's deceased at this point. We're having some individuals come out that are going to look at him and do a little bit of an investigation. Have you heard anything tonight or seen anything tonight? No.
It's been really quiet. I kind of heard her crying, but I fell asleep.
Okay. And that's all you know at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. All I want to ask is if you guys hang back here for now. Once our detectives... Yeah, that's fine. And then once detectives get here, we'll come and ask you to talk with you guys further. So that's what's going on at this point. This is just a normal routine. Anytime we go to a death investigation, we have to thoroughly investigate it, whether it's natural causes or anything else like that. Okay? So she is boyfriend's mom?
Yeah, that's his mom.
Okay.
And the grandkids are here.
Okay. Is it the newborn they were talking about? Congratulations. Seems like a pretty good baby so far.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Robert and Heather had a son who lived with them but had slept through the whole ordeal. This was suspicious, prompting officers to speak with him as well.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Oh, that's okay. He's my stepdad.
Yeah, that's what your mom was saying.
It's closer to my kids, though, you know?
Yeah.
No. I gotta kind of be tough for my kids and my mom, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your mom really needs you right now.
Call my little brother. He's always been the calm one. I'm the nice one. I've always been kind of like the... That makes sense.
Well, every family needs an It doesn't mean you are one.
Yeah, well, I almost died in March.
That's what your mother was saying for a skateboarding crash? Head injury?
I mean, if it wasn't for him, I'd still be in Albuquerque in a little tiny house, a little tiny studio apartment with my 2 kids. So it's like he helped my life a lot.
And what was your name, sir? I'm sorry.
Mine?
Yeah.
My name's Tyler.
Tyler, okay. I don't know about this one.
So I just got the preliminary.
So we got...
He's in as unattended, but he's got 3 stab wounds.
Yes. So she says last night he wanted some pie. They kind of argued about it because it was late, I guess. So, but she warmed him some pie. He ate some pie. And then it gets kind of shady where she says that he stabbed himself, but they looked superficial at her, so she let it be. She slept on the sofa. He went to the bedroom. She said she woke up at 3 to check on him. He was fine. He was still awake and breathing and fine, but she said he pissed in the bed, so she still didn't want to sleep in the bed, so she slept in the sofa. She said she woke up finally, like, right before she called us, and then found him, ran on the floor, cold and stiff. Calls 911. They're not, so they're like legit stab wounds, like on his, there's like 1, 2, and 3. She says he stabbed himself with a kitchen knife. We can't find the kitchen knife. She said after he stabbed himself, she took his shirt off, and he had like a sweatshirt and a t-shirt. She took him off, kind of like nursed his wounds, cleaned them up. Can't find his shirt. She's being really cooperative. She was like trying to find his shirt and stuff. We're like, don't worry about it. We'll look for that stuff later.
Yeah.
Supposedly then we're talking to her, then we find out they have 2 kids in the back of the house sleeping. They're older, probably in their late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
But they're saying they were sleeping the whole time. I guess recently the kid had a skateboarding accident. So he's on some special sleeping pills and stuff. But they both said they have a newborn baby in there too, and they said we've been sleeping this whole time. They don't know what's going on. So when we told them, they started freaking
out. These 2 connected? Are they the same
Yes,
house?
they are. So the room is this room here. This is just like a living room, and then kitchen, and then bedroom.
Okay.
And they had a normal reaction when we told them that he died.
And they started crying.
Yeah, exactly. And she had a normal reaction too. It's just, I don't know, it's just suspicious to me.
Okay. And if I ask blood, was there quite a bit of blood or no?
No, there's not a whole lot of blood. He was like blocking the door from opening, so the door would only open like this much. So we slid his body over so we can open the door and have her step out better.
Yeah.
And then once we moved him, some blood was oozing out.
Okay.
But other than that, it's just like little smears.
Okay.
Not a whole lot of blood. No, I totally agree, but it's close. Is this a picture of him?
guess he was a brainiac in the Navy.
Yeah.
With the nuclear weapons.
Submarine?
He's in the reactors.
Yeah.
The account Heather provided to officers contained multiple inconsistencies. Investigators questioned why she would clean the victim after he had sustained serious injuries and then leave him unattended. Officers also noted that the shirt the victim had reportedly been wearing at the time of the incident was missing. When considered alongside the number, placement, and depth of the wounds, these discrepancies raised immediate concern as the injuries were inconsistent with a single accidental self-inflicted cut. The case needed more context and timeline, and Heather was the only one who could provide it.
So tell me, I know this is going to be hard, but I got to ask some of these questions. So tell me about what happened last night, or...
We were hanging out in his room because it's his office, and he'll play video games on the computer, computer games, and watch YouTube videos and stuff. I wanted some pie, and I got up and wanted some pie, and then later I take him to bed. I wasn't ready for bed, and I was like, it hurts. It hurts. Put him in bed, whatever. It hurts. It hurts. I'm like, what hurts? And a little later, I went in there with blood. And I was like, of course, I said dirty little Jim. What the F did you do? I noticed, but I didn't think they were feet. And he said he used a steak knife. And I'm like, what? And I didn't see any steak knives missing or whatever. And I don't know when I don't know when he did this. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I took his shirt off and cleaned him up. I got up at 3 and checked on him. Because I was out, I ended up falling asleep down here because I was on my phone. And then, and after he peed, and I was like, and then, and he's never done that before. He's never done this before.
Just take your time. It's okay.
And then when I got up at night, he's laying on top of my school laptop. I rolled him over and had puke in his mouth.
When you said you guys earlier, when you were hanging out in the room, this was a different room. This wasn't a bedroom. This is like an office or okay. And then he said he wanted some pie. You went and wired up some pie and you came back. Had you noticed anything at that point?
No.
You initially said he had mentioned something that hurt, but you didn't. He didn't say what it was, and you didn't know what it was. And then how much later was it that you saw that it was? And was he laying down in bed at that point? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you go to sleep?
I ended up sleeping out here.
Oh, okay.
So I was on my phone.
That's around. Okay.
Before I have to go back to work, I have to.
Yeah.
But that actually is neither here nor there at the moment, is it?
Yeah. Okay, so, and then about how long do you think you were out here before you checked on him again?
I went in at 3.
Okay.
And checked on him.
And is that when you saw the blood?
No, no, I saw the blood earlier.
Okay. When had you seen the blood?
Probably about midnight, 1, something like that, 2 maybe. And I went and checked on him at 3 and cleaned him up.
So from about midnight to 2, somewhere in that time period, you went and checked on him, but that's when you noticed the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say anything at that point about what was wrong with him? Did he
That's
say?
when he told me that he had cut himself.
Okay. Did he say why he did that?
He didn't say. He didn't say. I'm trying to think about what happened, what took place that would caused it. What I don't know.
Okay. So then, you just kind of left him there at that point, though. Did you come back out here? And then at 3 o'clock, you went back in. Was he still awake at 3, or what was his condition at 3 o'clock?
He was in bed. He was in bed.
Okay. And you said you cleaned him up some. What do you mean by that? What did you do?
Well, because cleaned up a little of the blood. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was bad.
Okay.
While Heather and her family refused any involvement with the potential homicide, the house told a different story. Investigators observed visible blood on the sheets, carpet, and a washcloth, all of which were collected as evidence. A knife block and clothing items, including a blue shirt associated with Heather, were also documented and seized. Notably, the kitchen knife submitted for testing showed no detectable blood. The distribution of blood and the absence of expected evidence suggested the scene had been altered after the injuries occurred.
One item in each bag, right?
Yep.
So you're saying she described
that it was a steak knife, but then she said, I didn't notice any steak knives missing from the kitchen.
we're not wearing booties.
I got mine on. Knives.
Okay, so before we collect, I want to do the search.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
So let's go through this stuff now. Yeah, I think the gun's in here. I didn't see that one. I don't know if it's just the tip. It's all dusty. Yeah. They're all very dusty. I haven't seen any medication for him yet either.
None of that is his.
That's all hers. So a lot of those were dusty. There was like 3 or 4 that weren't, and a Leatherman.
Dirt on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily mean anything, especially if it's just.
Like the string one, the round metal hole one, and then a few others. There's a lot of dirt on the dust on the scabbard, like it hasn't come out. That one had a lot of dust on it.
Found it.
But there's a ton in there.
Okay. And you called Shauna?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I pulled all those out, got pictures of the blades on both sides, and then stuck them back.
Lisa's calling me.
Okay.
So this is the decedent's mom, sister, and dad. They just rolled up. Are you done talking to her? Or are you going to talk to her some more? The suspect or the wife?
I think she needs to go 81.
Yeah. I've talked to her just inside, but I haven't, it was purely not Miranda, just tell me what happened. And what I don't like about it, and it's probably the same with what you were running into, is that it's just really vague.
Mm-hmm.
When she says, when we went to go to bed, he started complaining that it hurt, and I said, well, what? Did you ask him what was hurting? She goes, no.
Mm-hmm. There's holes in her soul.
Yeah, and she goes, so he went to bed, but I went out and I slept on the couch and I was on Facebook and stuff, and then I went to go check on him. Well, why would you need to go check on him?
Mm-hmm.
When I went back in there around whatever it was, 1 o'clock in the
3.
morning or whatever.
She said
Well,
3.
first she said 1 o'clock because that's when I saw the blood.
She didn't tell us 1 o'clock.
She said they went to bed around between 11 and 12.
She said that.
That's when he said it hurt. She said sometime between 12 and 2 a.m. That's when she went in and she saw the blood. Noticed blood. She said she thought it was superficial. She asked him what happened. Said he cut himself, but didn't say why. So then then she doesn't go to bed. She still doesn't go to bed. She doesn't do anything. She goes back out on the couch and she's sleeping on the couch, which is weird. She doesn't do anything, and then she goes back on the couch.
Well, didn't she make this defend about it?
What?
That's why she said she was sleeping on the couch.
But that was at 3. She goes back in at 3 and noticed that he went to bed, and that's when, and he was asleep. He didn't wake up at that point. She took his shirt off and cleaned up his wounds, and then went back and slept on the couch.
Yeah.
With the new information gathered, officers thought it reasonable to keep self-harm as a possible option as well, since Robert had autism and often struggled with emotions, as reported by Heather's son. But evidence at the house didn't support it.
They're in, and Stan went into the bathroom. We're still under our consent.
Like there's not a lot of blood on the washcloth either.
There is blood,
but not a lot.
I have a sneaking suspicion that I know where all the blood is.
In him.
Yeah. And that's why he is no longer with us.
Dirty. Look like blood?
Well, and we have like these fancy test things that
we do.
blood,
greasy and dirty.
Yeah, greasy. It's for sure.
Compared to the other ones.
Do you want to take the whole block?
We can.
Well, you can.
Is this item number 1 coming with me?
Yeah.
Okay. It is 1512.
That's the only one that's dirty. So in comparison, we were to assume.
She says steak knife. We find this steak knife, but I don't know. I agree. Do we take them all?
I had to go through it. I went through it methodically, one knife at a time. And when I got to the steak knife, it started at the right. That's the first one that I
I
pulled.
say we'd be safe and take them all.
Yeah.
Why not? Separate them out one, but take the rest.
Okay.
Yep, I agree. Here. Oh. Go back to that, or
What is it? Steak knife, silver blade, black handle.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, the one.
non-serrated.
That's a very nice guy.
What?
That little one.
Non-serrated silver and black knife.
Chicago cutlery.
This is a paring knife.
Chicago cutlery, silver and black knife.
Those are all the
Okay.
steak knives.
That's the same as
Why would you have a non-serrated steak knife?
I don't know.
Good enough.
Did you guys really finish it?
the. You do a Chicago cutlery.
Dang, someone's a good cook then.
According to Heather, Robert had fallen down from the bed and she found him on the ground. But if he were bleeding profusely, if the hidden shirt was anything to go by, why was there no blood on the floor?
He probably woke up upside down on the floor. Someone was stabbing him in the chest.
Well, that's what I think.
But there's no there's zero blood on the floor in there.
Yeah. She said he was face down. They were pretty drunk. They had been drinking. I don't know.
And he's face down. His
I'm
hands
wondering
are
if he
down
got
here.
stabbed in the bed. Expired in the bed.
I'm gonna get her back up.
Well, she
What's
said
that?
she
I'll bring one back
said
up.
I wiped him with a washcloth.
Yeah, I don't know if she
So she cleaned him up. That's the
Yes.
other thing that's kind of.
cleaned him up.
Yeah. Tried to attend to his wounds. Took his shirt off. Used a washcloth to kind of.
She didn't really
wipe
attend to him. She just wiped him down.
Yeah, just wiped
and
him
then
down.
went
And I was
back to
like,
bed
oh, they
after.
didn't look that bad. They just looked superficial.
They look like scratches.
Well, apparently.
Wow.
Apparently, well, honestly, I'm not a pathologist, so I don't know what killed him yet. But I'm assuming one of the 4 stab wounds to his upper chest is
Probably.
something to do with it.
Possibly.
Watch, it'll be a blood clot or something.
Maybe.
I don't think we have any more reason to.
So that's what's going to be odd is like she confirmed that they don't leave cutlery in any of the rooms. So at some point Somebody took a knife to that room and they returned it.
So her story doesn't make sense that he stabbed himself back there.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know where he stabbed himself.
She doesn't know where he stabbed himself, or if he even stabbed himself.
Right, but he said that he had chest pain
coming to bed.
leaving from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she escorted him to the room. She escorted him all the way. She walked him all the way to the room and helped him get into bed.
Right.
Because he was drunk. And then she left him there and went into here and laid down on the couch.
Because the bed was, because he had, oh no, not the
No,
first
because she
time.
just didn't. She didn't feel like going to bed, and she didn't want to stay in bed. She said because she's ruined too many glasses, falling asleep with them on while going to social media. That was her excuse, and that she just didn't feel like going to bed. Yeah, so she went down here and was on Facebook and social media, and then got up sometime between midnight, and that's the thing that's not real clear. That's where she gets vague again. She's not sure, but sometime between midnight and 3 o'clock, she goes in there to check on him.
And sees the blood on his shirt.
Yeah.
But that's where he gets sketchy.
Sees the blood on his shirt. And that was the other thing. I would have thought it would be reversed. She didn't want it because she, even after seeing the blood on his shirt, she was going to crawl into bed. And she put her hand in the urine and she said, "Oh, there's urine. I don't want to."
I wonder if it's not urine. I wonder if it's blood.
I don't want to get in there. I don't want to go into the bed.
Well, then you would have seen.
And then that's when she said. Then that's when she said she sees the blood. She sees the blood, and she goes, "Oh, what happened?" And then he says he makes a motion with his hand and says steak knife. That's all he says. He doesn't say anything else. She doesn't ask him what. She goes, "What?" Takes his shirt off, cleans him up.
But it's funny.
Comes back out here and lays down.
Every time she's done the mimic of the steak knife, it's always in the direction.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not just.
But she's
like
seen
this.
him. She would have seen the wounds. She would have seen all the wounds. So she can explain that. You know what I mean? When she cleaned him up, she would have wiped those down.
Yeah, but every time she says steak knife, she goes across the chest.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. She mimics it every time, but she says 3 wounds. She doesn't say 4. And then she goes back to bed. And then at 5 o'clock, she gets up and finds him on the floor. Face down. She rolls him over. He's close to the bed. That's the other thing we need to see, too, if there's any blood at all close to the bed. Yeah. When he was laying face down. I don't see anything yet.
We need about black light.
I don't know.
You see any blood on the floor?
I haven't got that for
No
you.
injuries on his back?
No injuries on his back.
She cleaned his cutter.
No
His
injuries
arms
on
are clear.
No injuries on his hands?
Nope.
Super freaking weird.
No injuries on his hands, no cutting marks on his arms, legs.
That's so weird. How does she get blood on her shirt?
And not like in like a normal place. Right side, lower.
Like right here? Like she's leaning over.
Well, she
said
claimed-
lean over to get in the bed.
She climbed over him to get in the bed and found he peed it. He's like, ew. And then she cleaned him up because he said, steak knife.
He said stabby chest.
She's like, what did you do?
All she told me is he said it hurts, it hurts.
She's saying he peed in the bed.
Yeah. I think he said tinkled. She said tinkled.
Tinkled in the bed.
Piddled. Tinkled or piddled?
Piddled.
Nice difference.
And we followed the sheet.
What is she?
I mean, that went through. She went through.
I don't smell.
No, I don't either. I don't
Well,
want that.
but the thing is, if it's dark in here and she's climbing into bed and just feels something wet.
Great. The market thought was like that works.
You can.
Super low.
Was that okay, Dave?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I thought you could see the outline of it, but it's just the layout of the bed on top there.
You never know.
So that was her.
Could be leaning way down there.
Let me grab that.
I don't know how to get face down here.
With no blood.
Right, because to move, you have to be what?
Alive.
Alive,
And
right?
moving.
And if you're alive and you're now face down, what are you going to do?
Die.
Bleed,
You're gonna bleed.
right? So I don't know how you get from the bed alive,
With that-
here dead, face down,
And
with no blood anywhere.
An active blood here.
Yeah.
So if there's blood there,
he's bleeding.
there's blood here.
Yeah. And it's not a ton of blood. Is there blood on the back side of that shirt or is it all on the front?
On the front.
So how do you, if the shirt's come off, is he still bleeding down the sides? Maybe?
She says she is.
There's a little bit here.
Yeah.
But it's more like
She says he is. She says when I check on him, when I clean him up,
I wonder if he's starting to sweat at this point, if that's why it's...
For intelligent
You
people.
know how, like, normally when blood cools, it's
nothing
got,
on the
like...
floor, no.
I expected the dark, like, blood that's soaking in to be more like this. See how, like, saturated this is? How,
Well,
like...
it might be water,
It
because
feels
she's
like
cleaning
it's...
them up on the bed. Right?
But how wet is that washcloth?
There's nothing else. It was damp, not wet, really.
And there's not a lot of blood on it.
The blood was all along the edges of it, so she rinsed it out.
Rinsed it.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just
because
weird.
We's got that light that could look over it and see it.
While investigators were initially careful not to draw premature conclusions, the direction in which the evidence pointed was difficult to ignore. It was ultimately Heather's own family that gave voice to what the facts had begun to indicate.
During that time, you guys have all lived in the same house. What has it been like? What's been the atmosphere?
It's pretty good. They are just all. It's kind of like a honeymoon thing. Like they're all over each other, but they've also been like that since they've gotten together. And it hasn't really changed much.
Okay.
They like to hang out a lot, and he has his own computer room, and they hang out in there.
Okay.
Often, and they just kind of do their own thing.
Okay. You mentioned kind of honeymoonish, so
Yeah.
that usually doesn't entail any arguing. Have you noticed any arguing or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
Occasional. Why'd you put that there, or just simple little things like that. But I've never really seen them actually argue and get mad at each other.
Okay. Now, that kind of seems typical. I mean, if they've only known each other for a year.
Yeah.
Usually the married couple arguing usually doesn't last, doesn't start that early.
Right, yeah.
So that seems to make sense that they're not arguing or anything. And I guess to kind of go off of that, how would they treat each other?
Really good. Like they'd be together all the time, and they always had a really good time with whatever they were doing.
Okay.
What happened last night? I don't know. I took my pills and went to sleep. They were fine. They were kicking it. He was playing Fallout. He was holding my daughter. I went to sleep.
Around what time?
8:30. Okay. 9. Because I usually give my son a bath at 7. And then after his bath, I take my pills, take a shower with my girlfriend, and then we kick it for about an hour, me and my girlfriend, and then Robert and my mom would watch the kids, so me and her can have like an hour alone, and then I went to bed. He was feeling good yesterday. He was holding my daughter, showing her Fallout and stuff like that, because he plays on his PC a lot. And then, yeah, that's the last thing I remember, because I remember going in and asking him if we had, because he likes to keep me busy, so I don't power smoke cigarettes and I don't get anxiety and freak out and stuff, so it's I thought we were gonna build the back porch, because the back porch broke 2 weeks ago, and I thought we were going to Lowe's today to get all the stuff for it. And then I went inside his room, his office, which is in because my room's at the very end of the trailer, and then there's the bathroom, and then there's his room. So then, his office, where he plays his computer and stuff. So I went into the office and was like, hey man, are we doing anything tomorrow? Because my daughter's auntie and uncle haven't seen her yet. So they were gonna come over and hang out with them and stuff. So it's and that was the last time I talked to him.
Around what time?
8:30.
So you went to sleep at about 8:30, and then what?
I woke up when the officer knocked on my bedroom door.
And what happened?
He just was like, "It's Elizabeth?" And she was like, "Yeah. Well, Robert died last night." And then I woke up and I was like, "What?" Peed, and then went and started talking to my mom. I wasn't there, so I can't say what happened. Mm-hmm. But it was like a self-inflicted wound.
What do you mean?
From what I've been told, and I don't know if I don't know. I'm just being told what people saw and stuff. He stabbed himself. But I wasn't there. I didn't see it. So I can't be like, yeah, this is what I saw, detective, and this is what happened. I was asleep.
And that's good, because I want you to tell me what you know and what you saw. So that's good. I'm glad. It's obvious that you understand that you're here trying to tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. I'm glad you said that. Okay, so...
But I don't know what happened when I went to bed, if like they started arguing. I'm not saying my mom's guilty, don't think I am, but of course, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't think she did it when I don't know what happened, you know? I was asleep or taking care of my kids.
Okay.
One of the two.
How are things between your mom and Robert?
They've always been really good, you know? Like, every time, like, even if I'd start getting frustrated with my mom about something, Robert would come and defend her, and he'd be like, she's my wife, so, like, I have to do what she wants, you know? And they were always really cool. Like, the only time they ever got kind of frustrated was Thanksgiving, because they were both trying to cook at the same time, and my mom was like, if you keep on in the kitchen, oh, we're gonna fight by the end of the day. But it was just joking, you know what I mean? Because he was tall, like 6'4", and my mom's 4'11", and he was autistic, so he didn't realize how much space he takes up. So she'd be like, oh, quit bumping into him, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That was the only time I've ever seen her get kind of frustrated with him. And there was one time where he got like super drunk, and then like he wanted to go out and drink more, and my mom was like, no, and like stood by where they keep the alcohol and was like, you're not coming over here. But I didn't even think about it. I never heard them fight. I never even had the like, I think they're fighting. None of that really ever happened.
What about like issues as far as like infidelity, maybe money?
Well, my mom, she's stressed out because she's the only one working because of the and stuff.
What's she doing?
She's a teacher.
Okay.
And third. Okay. And I know he gets his unemployment because of, but the only money issues that came up was because we moved up and like diapers and stuff like that. But it wasn't really to where it was like, till they were stressed out, not sleeping about it, nothing like that. And I don't think there was really infidelity, you know, because they never were away from each other. You know, they were always around each other. So, you know, I mean, he'd talk about his ex-wife, but the only thing he'd say was, oh, she still has some of my stuff, and I hope she sends it soon. I mean, other than that, they wouldn't really, you know?
Anything physical as far as like, or anything like that?
No, they were really low. I know that because me and my mom got that kind of relationship. Because she was saying like, when they search my house, they're gonna find some stuff. And I was like, oh, mama. She's like, oh, I'm a Toys R Us kid. I'm like, oh, okay. But I knew they were really, but I didn't think they were anything like that.
Okay. What about Robert and your girl?
They were always cool. My girlfriend's really quiet, and she just really does her own thing. So,
was there anything out of the ordinary in the last week or two?
No.
Has he ever made comments of like killing himself or anything like that?
Well, when he said when he was younger, he was really emotional and really sad and stuff, and then when he found out he was autistic, he started taking medication and everything started going good. You know, but I didn't think he was emotional. He like was obsessed with my daughter.
So let me ask you a different way. Is there anything that made you feel he was a threat to himself?
I think sometimes he would overthink things because he never had kids of his own, so he'd freak out about how to talk to like how to talk to me or like how to be a grandpa. I think some of that stuff with him a little bit, but I don't think it would get him to the point where he'd want to hurt himself, bro.
So he's never made comments to you about him wanting to hurt himself recently, and you didn't see anything unusual in the last couple of days?
No. Okay. But I've also, for the last week, I've been busy with my daughter. Or we went to the dump, and then my friend's mom called me yesterday and needed some help moving some stuff,
So as an adult, like since you moved back, she has gotten physical with you?
Just one time, but
has Robert ever complained about that?
Complained about her being physical? No. He's complained about her habits.
Is it too much for him?
Yeah. Because sometimes my mom's been, since she's been 17, she's had kids. You know what I mean? So she's been in control of everything. So she likes to be the one being controlled. And he's like, no. You know? So he's talked to me about that, but...
Anything crazy?
No.
Would like they hurt each other or anything like that?
No. I wouldn't think that they hurt each other. Like, I know they get tied up.
You stuttered a little bit about it, so I was like, I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah, no. But not anything different than a normal BDSM type of person, you know?
Or is that what they do, BDSM stuff?
I think so.
Tie each other up?
Yeah. I think my mom's usually the one being tied up, but it's just from what
she says.
Yeah.
Or he says.
She said it because he doesn't, like, even she said that he doesn't like it too much because he feels like he's her or something. And it's like, well, it's not like that, bro.
Okay. But she's like, he's never complained about her maybe hitting him, punching him or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
But she's come at you. Has she ever gone like that with Elizabeth?
No. I don't think. Well, honestly, I think Elizabeth was a sleeper.
She's that bad, huh?
Oh yeah, Elizabeth's pretty tough.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you've had nothing but strong women in your life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I remember after my accident, it was like 2 days after being out of the hospital, I was still adjusting to myself, and then I was freaking out, and I punched myself in the head. Oh man, she freaked out. She's like, "You want to hit yourself? Huh? Oh yeah." She called the hospital on me, and then.
So she got you help, man. That's good.
Yeah, she did.
Cool. Is there anything that you think I should know about her, or anything you want to tell me?
About who?
Just about everything from last night to this morning to the car ride here that you found unusual.
I think what I found extremely unusual was...
Because you're a smart dude.
Why the fuck? Okay. This is what got me hella confused. Okay? If I was you, I'd be like, what the f-? You know? Why would you clean them up? Why the f- would you do that? You know? Just leave everything there. You know what I mean? Leave it how it is. I mean, that's one thing I think is kind of a little, no, why would you clean them up? Just leave all the evidence there where it should be. You know? That's what I think is...
Are you a little sketched out on your mom right now? This is stay between us. I mean, just be honest with me.
She can hear me up there. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think he stabbed himself. I think that's retarded. You know? But honestly, I don't know what happened because they were both pretty drunk last night. Because I know when my mom gets really drunk, she's like, "I love you, son. Oh, I love you so much." And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, all right, Mom, like, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. And then, because I was outside smoking, because I don't smoke around my kids at all.
Good for you.
Anything. Because I do smoke, you know what I mean? But Monday, I'm giving the money to my doctor to get my medical card. So I'm going to be straight up honest with you there. Like, I do smoke. So, like, I was outside smoking a bowl. And then yesterday we were at the dump, I got stuff in my eyes, like dirt. And I'm like, my eyes were hurting. So when I was in the shower, I put eye drops in my eyes to flush them out. And then he came out and he just looked at me like this. "I got eye drops. Do you need them?" "No, Pop, I already cleaned my eyes out. You know, I don't need them." And then I knew he was drunk then because he doesn't come outside when I'm smoking.
And what was he wearing when he came outside?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't remember. I don't pay attention to what people wear, honestly.
That's okay.
Your mom texts you. My mom, they're asked if I stay up, dude. Why? Because, like, from working yesterday. But I guess on the camera over there, they heard my mom say that she feels guilty. Dad, can you get back in here? And he's like, is your mom violent? Mom, what do you mean by violent? Has she assaulted you? I don't know. So you're lying to me. And then I was like, well, honestly, like 2 weeks ago she did. And he was like, all right, what was it about? And I was like, well, I was getting frustrated about, like they say, oh, we're gonna spend time with the kids and all this, and it never happening. So I told him, you guys were lying to my kids. And then she started hitting me, and he was like, all right, I guess the neighbors last night heard her yelling at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, pooping, and then he was all like, let's go outside. I was like, all right.
And then did you?
He pulled over there, and he's like, I'm gonna kill it right now. Did you stab him? No. I was in the room all night.
Yeah. Well, they asked me. They asked me if you had gone out in the middle of the night, and I was like, no, he took his meds. He was asleep. I had to wake him up to grab the baby. I didn't even hear them fight last night.
But the neighbor kid and the other ones heard them fighting.
Like I said, I didn't hear anything.
And he's all like, why does she feel guilty? Why? He's like, here's another question I have to ask you. Who cleaned up the body? I was like, my mom said she cleaned him up. Like, why would she do that? Who would stab themselves 3 times though? That's what's got me like, what the
That's with Dan. I'm talking to Dan.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, dude, in my ball sack. You know? Like, I think you did it, dude. I'm not trying to accuse her, but nothing else would stab himself right here. You know? Why would you clean it? Why are the neighbors saying you guys, they were fighting? You know? Why is all of that happening?
Yeah, they asked us if, because like I remember it had gone after you yesterday about going in and out constantly. And I thought that's what they meant, but because they said the neighbors heard us, or heard a man and people arguing. And like almost like it was like 5 when we got home. And they were like, no, this was like super early this morning. Like, it's like, I don't know, I didn't hear anything.
I don't know. She's acting really weird about it too. Like, why would you say you feel guilty, dude? If you didn't do anything, you shouldn't even have that feeling.
Investigators later spoke with Heather, and with her consent, officers also collected a buccal swab for DNA comparison purposes as part of the ongoing investigation.
Well, let's go. Let's step back in and we'll talk and try to hurry this along. So, because we've all got other things we got to be doing. So, let me grab my notebook and I'll be right back. Do you have enough water in there?
I can use some more.
Okay, let me get you some more. Sip. So, we'll start getting down to business here. So, based on everything that we've looked at so far, I wanted to just interview you further. I wanted to talk to you further about what happened. I have some questions. There's some gaps that I think we need to fill in a little bit, and I know this is difficult for you. But we need to be precise. We need to try to fill in those gaps, okay? And I'm hoping you can help me with that. From what I understand, what you told me was that you were kind of hanging out in the office, or would you call it a game room? Is it more or less?
He calls it his office.
He calls it his office.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys were hanging out in the office.
Yeah, he was playing Fallout, one of the Fallout games.
Okay. Was it just you and him, or
yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And I didn't get a time on that. What time was that when you guys were hanging out?
Well, so yesterday Tyler, Robert, myself, Robert, and his mom.
Uh-huh.
We had to take some stuff to the dump. So we did a load to the dump.
Okay.
got back about 3:30ish, I guess, and so of course we were hungry. You know,
Yeah.
you have dope stuff all over, so you got a shower and everything.
Right.
And then we ate dinner, and we ate dinner in his office because we do that sometimes when it's the two of us.
Okay.
You know, and of course I held on to Sebastian, so it was probably we probably started hanging out in there in the office about 5:30
Okay. We're talking PM.
in the evening. Yes.
Okay.
And then they gave Sebastian a bath, and after they bathe him, we always keep him so that they can have adult time.
Okay.
You know, so that's about 7:30ish.
Okay. So you had the baby from about what time? From about 5:30 till 7ish, or did you have the baby from 7 on?
Well, he ate with us because
Okay.
when I was eating, he eats with me.
Okay.
So off and on, so about
Okay.
5, and then after his bath about 7:30.
Okay.
And I had he hung out with me and Robert
And this is
for about an hour. The big one.
The big one. What's his name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Oh, okay. How old's Sebastian?
He's 20 months.
20 months.
And baby is 6 days.
And so were you all kind of hanging out in the office? Like Tyler and... No, just... Okay.
No, Tyler and Lizzie, they get to, they go outside and stuff.
Okay, no, that's fine. Yep. Again, we're not here for that.
So, I mean, I don't know how else to...
Yeah. Okay, so so you guys ate dinner sometime between 5:30ish.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were hanging out in the office. At some point, you guys had Sebastian with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably around 7:30ish. Okay. And then you made mention earlier at the house that your husband wanted some pie.
Yes.
About what time do you think that was?
8:39.
Okay.
I end up losing track of time.
Okay.
But
if you had to approximate, it was probably around that time.
8:39.
Okay. You said you went and you warmed him up some pie.
Right.
You had some pie too?
Oh yeah, we share.
Okay. What kind of pie was it?
Well, he had made a really good macadamia nut pie.
Oh, that sounds good.
And it was really good. And he made a pumpkin pie, so it was both.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So then, and you ate that in the office?
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys said that you guys went to bed later.
Right.
So pie and stuff was probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Right. We did have a drink.
Okay. What did you have to drink?
Gin and ginger ale.
Okay, both of you?
Yes.
Just one drink?
Mm-hmm.
Each of you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And about a shot? Like a comment, like just a regular? Okay. Okay. And then you said that you went to bed around 11 p.m., sometime between 11 p.m. and midnight.
Right.
Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But when so now that's kind of one of those things where I need to fill in the gap. Okay. So between 11 and 12 p.m., you said
he was ready to go to bed.
He was ready to go to bed, but you wanted to stay up a little bit. Okay. A little bit. So you guys, at some point, did you move from the office to the? Did he move from the office to the bedroom? What happened?
Yeah,
okay.
I
walked him over to the bedroom. Mm-hmm. Okay, from the office. And you said something to the effect that he was complaining of some pain.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Describe that again.
What? It hurts. I'm like, what?
Uh-huh.
Because he one day it's his elbow and one day it's this. He kind of.
Okay.
So I was like, what hurts? What hurts?
And did he tell you?
Not at that time, no.
Okay, he just says it hurts. Was he pointing to anything when he said it hurts? Okay, and you didn't inquire any further than what you just said?
Yeah.
You asked him and he didn't explain?
He didn't explain.
Okay. Okay, so then moving forward from there, you said sometime between midnight and possibly 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So you were, from that point, so from the time he went to bed, you laid on the couch and you said you're on Facebook.
Right.
Or social media, whatever,
yeah.
Okay.
And I did fall asleep on the couch.
Okay, so you fell asleep for a short time period, okay. Okay, and then at some point you went back to the bedroom. Now, what was the purpose of going to the bedroom at that point? Were you going to go to sleep in the bed, or what was the plan?
I had to pee.
You had to pee. Okay, so you were going in there to use the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what happened then?
And that's when I saw the blood.
And was he awake or sleeping when you saw the blood?
He was awake because it's like it hurt. Again, he said that's when he said it hurt again. And I took his shirt off, which you guys have, the shirt and the jacket, and I cleaned him up. And I'm like, "What did you do? What did you do?"
And what did he say?
He used a steak knife.
He said that?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you were to do your best to quote what he said to you, what exactly did he say to you at that point? He's saying it hurts, and you said, what did you do?
Yeah.
And then what did he say?
And that's when I saw the blood.
Okay.
And he goes like this. I said, what did you do? What did you do? And he, does the whole gesture. And when, where, what? And that's when he said he's the steak knife.
Okay. Okay.
And that's when he tinkled the bed.
Okay. Okay.
And since he peed, I went back to the couch.
Okay. So let me move back a little bit. I'm going to be kind of back and forth here.
Fine.
I'm just trying to get this timeline down so it makes a little sense to us. Okay, so let's go back. You fell asleep on the couch, got up sometime between 12 and 2 a.m.-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You went to go use the restroom, and that's when you noticed you saw some blood.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the blood first, or did you hear him say it hurts again?
I heard him say it hurts again.
And then you saw the blood?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's when you asked, okay, what did you do? He gestured like he stabbed himself, and you said when, what, or why, and he just said a steak knife. And then earlier you had mentioned that you had left the room again. So earlier when I talked to you, you said sometime between 12 and 2 that's when you saw the blood, and you saw that he cut himself. He didn't say why at that point.
No.
And then I have in my notes that you said that you, around 3 a.m., you came back in and kind of took his shirt off and noticed he'd wet the bed and cleaned him up a little bit. So did that happen on separate, or does that happen at the same?
That's the same.
That's all in the same time.
That's all in the same time frame. Sorry.
Okay. Was there just a little bit of blood coming out, or were they bleeding at all, or?
Just a little bit of blood, like when you wash dishes and you cut yourself.
Okay, so it's just kind of.
That's how it looks.
Just kind of oozing out a little bit, or just kind of slowly coming out, but not squirting.
No,
nothing like that. Okay, so he was bleeding. Okay.
And you guys saw the blood on the bed.
Yeah.
There's not
a lot of blood on the bed.
That's not a lot of blood.
Yeah. Okay. So, did you guys discuss, like, getting any medical attention at that point, or what did he say about any of it?
He didn't say anything. That's the thing, is he really didn't say anything.
Okay. And you didn't like question him further, like, why are you doing this? Why did you cut yourself? Type of thing. Okay.
I didn't.
But he did say it hurt. He was
It
saying
hurt.
earlier that
It
it hurt. Okay.
I didn't ask a lot of questions. I didn't,
Okay. When do you think this happened? When do you think that the lacerations occurred? When do you think?
Had to be before he went to bed around 11 or midnight.
So sometime like after pie and sometime before bed?
Yeah.
Okay. But to be clear, you didn't see him do this?
I didn't see him do it.
Okay. And the others were asleep.
Yeah, the kids were asleep.
Now I know you said that they gave you Sebastian around 7:30.
Which is normal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our routine.
Yeah. And earlier you said they went to bed, so Tyler and Lizzie and the little ones would have all laid down somewhere. You said earlier around 8:30. Is that correct?
About that time.
Around somewhere around there. These are all approximate times, not exact.
Because Tyler, they have like I said, our routine. And I know I need to wear this, but
No, it's okay. You can pull that off if you need to. I have to wear it, but if you feel more comfortable with it off, I'm okay with that.
I can't tell if I want to throw up.
Well, if you need to,
Which is why
that's right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So because that's like our routine, I spend time with Spat. We spend time with the littles in the evening so that they can have adult time without the kids.
Yeah.
That's because that's important.
Yeah.
And so Tyler has to take meds, because of his head injury and stuff.
Yeah.
And they knock him out. They make him go to sleep. So.
Okay.
And so it was about 8:30, I guess, that they went to bed. 8:30.
Okay.
He was face down.
Okay.
He was, the school laptop that was in there. He was his face down on there.
So his face was on that. Okay.
Yeah. And he was on the ground, of course, and he was cold. And at first I didn't think much about the cold because when I go to sleep, my body temperature rises.
Yeah.
He hibernates.
So he likes to be cold. He likes to be in the cold.
He gets cold when he goes to sleep.
Okay.
And so I rolled him over. And
take your time. Here's that too.
He had puke.
Okay.
And his eyes. I called.
Okay.
But I had to roll him over. Just, what if it's just that he was cold?
Yeah. So at 5, I'm just going to reiterate, you went to go check on him. You woke up around 5, went to go inside. You see him on the floor. Was his body blocking the entrance to get in? Were you able to get in?
I was able to get in.
Like the door opened far enough that you could get in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was that way because he was that close because I rolled him over.
So when you rolled him towards the door? Is that right? Or
yeah, because it was, here's the bed. And he was like,
okay, so he was lying next to the bed. Okay.
There was no other.
So you rolled him towards the door. Okay. And you noticed he was cold. Did you notice any blood at that point?
In his injuries?
Mm-hmm. No. Or anywhere else? No. Okay.
No.
This is not normal.
I know.
Even for like even like for this is a little strange. If that's what we're calling it. If we're calling it, it's strange. And things don't add up and I'll tell you why they're not adding up to me, okay? Because he was happy, according to you. You guys are happy. There were no signs of any unhappiness or any ideations or anything like that. He didn't make mention to anybody. From all accounts, everybody thought that he's pretty happy.
Yes.
And even if he was hiding something from you, you guys said that, the conversation you had earlier in the evening is that you found your person, you found that special someone in your life. And he even said that, right? He said that to you. Okay? So obviously you meant a lot to him. I don't, we do a lot of these death investigations, and some of them and when somebody means a lot to somebody else, often they'll leave a note. Okay? We're not seeing one. We don't see a note. We don't see any reason why he would do this.
I know how I feel.
So that doesn't make a lot of sense to us, okay? And then the way it happened doesn't make a lot of sense either. Okay? He has stab wounds to his upper chest area. So that's strange to us. We don't know where the weapon is that was used.
One of the guys found it.
How do you know that's it, though?
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought that's what he said.
Okay.
So.
I mean, you said steak knife because he told you steak knife.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to jump to any
right.
conclusions here, but we don't know. And why if he did that to himself, would he hide it or put it away somewhere? That just doesn't make sense, right? Okay, so there's all these things.
I know. How do you think I feel?
And then on top of that, you check in on him, and he's obviously has something wrong with him. He's not completely coherent. Of course, that could be chalked up to some of the drinking, but that could also be chalked up to he has a major injury. And nothing's done. We don't know. Nobody calls an ambulance. Nobody follows up and says there should be something. Even if, at the very least, ma'am, you got to look at this.
I understand. I know. I failed.
I'm not saying that anybody failed. I'm just saying that
it looks messed up.
Yeah,
I understand. Please, no, I understand.
Even if these injuries, and we don't know the extent of these injuries. Maybe these injuries are superficial. I don't know. But even if those injuries are superficial, at the very least, it's a cry for help if he did this to himself, right? And as a teacher, one of the things you're taught to look for is, like, even with students that are crying out for help and stuff like that, they should, you know what I mean?
I know.
That's a warning sign. So I have some major concerns with that. I have some major concerns that you cleaned him up and took that shirt off and cleaned him up, then leave him that time again too. That would have been the perfect time to call someone.
I know. Yeah, I told you. I know.
Okay. So that's some of the biggest concerns is that his body's been manipulated in some form or way. The weapon that was used in this has been manipulated in some sort of way. I don't think you're a bad person. Okay? I can tell in your eyes that you're a good person, but things are not adding up. I think you have more to tell me, right?
I don't have anything else to say. I have nothing left. I've told you all I have. I have nothing left. Nothing.
Okay. One of the things we have a responsibility, not just to you and to your husband, to make sure that we do this correctly, but we have an obligation to his family too.
Right.
Right? Right. And honestly, I just want to know. I want to know what happened to him.
I do too.
I think you do know. Honestly, I think you know what happened.
I didn't do this.
And if you do know what happened, let's just hear me out. I think you know what happened, and
I did not do this. I did not see this happen. I did not do this. I'm not a bad person. I'm not.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
He's 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
How would I be able to hurt him like that?
I don't know, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. Everything I've seen, it's from what I'm seeing, I don't think this is self-inflicted.
You think I did this?
I haven't come out and said that to you.
Okay.
But if he didn't do it to himself, somebody did. And there's not very many people in that house that would be capable of doing this.
Right.
Or would have reason to.
Right.
Okay? So that's what I'm trying to understand. You all said that you didn't have any. Well, let me back up again. When you called the police, when you found him, when he was unresponsive, right before calling the police, when he was on the floor, did you? What did you do? I mean, were you hysterical? Did you scream, cry? What happened?
I rolled him over.
Uh-huh.
I rolled him over.
Yeah.
Because, like I told you, I thought he was cold. I thought it was cold.
Okay. I know, but did you...
No, excuse me.
It's okay. Did you yell or anything? Did you yell out for your son to come help you or anything like that?
I called 911.
Okay.
I called 911.
But we spoke to some of your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
They actually heard yelling. They heard a male and a female's voice yelling from your house early in the morning. How do you explain that?
I don't remember yelling.
Okay, but you all said that you never argue.
We don't argue.
Okay, so who was yelling last night?
I don't know.
Because if Tyler and Lizzie went to bed at 8:30, 9:30
But if we were
o'clock,
yelling, they would have heard it. Tyler and Lizzie would have heard it.
Tyler says he sleeps like the dead when he's in there.
And Lizzie would have heard it. If we were yelling, they would have heard it.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you what we have. There's somebody not involved in your household that is a witness to something that occurred last night, and they heard yelling. And it was early in the morning. We're not talking about when everybody was awake. We're talking about when possibly only you and your husband could have been awake. Okay? And you don't have an explanation for that.
No, I don't remember yelling at him. I don't remember us fighting.
Okay. Is there a possibility that you guys and this is time to be honest. Is there any reason why you guys would have been fighting last night?
No.
Okay. Was there something that he did?
No.
That you haven't told us?
Nothing.
That he used to do to you or would do to you that you didn't like?
Nothing. I walked in on him watching porn once.
What kind was he looking at?
Meaning?
I mean, was it like... We're talking like something...
He likes to watch BJ's. So gross.
Okay, but it's not something that was illegal or something that you shouldn't have been watching?
No.
Okay, how did that make you feel when you walked in on him? And when did this happen?
Back in June.
In June? Okay, so before you guys were married?
Right. Well, it pissed me off, of course. It pissed me off because I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
And so, so we started watching some together.
Okay.
Just nothing awkward or weird or that.
Okay, so you catch him back in June looking at porn. This was unknown. You didn't know about any of this before that.
Mm-mm.
Kind of pissed you off, but then you guys agreed to start watching
Occasionally, yes.
porn together?
Mhm.
Okay. But that was never an issue later on?
No.
Was there something else that upset you about that? Was there
No.
some other fetish or something that he had that you didn't want? Okay. See, I mean, that from what you're telling me, that doesn't sound like an issue, as far as what you're saying.
Yeah. No, did I get pissed off then? Absolutely.
What did you do when you got mad? When you got pissed off? Well, when you get pissed, did you just yell at him or did it become physical?
I'm not a physical person.
Okay.
I am not a physical person.
It's never gotten physical between you and your husband?
Nope.
I guess I'm a little concerned with the part where you cleaned him up. If you didn't have anything to do with his injuries, why are you cleaning him up?
Because I wanted to look at them. I wanted to see them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. And so when you clean them up, you, according to your statement, you didn't think they were that bad.
I didn't.
But there was still blood coming out of them.
Just like a little. It wasn't like blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys saw the bed. There's not a lot of blood.
Yeah. His shirt had quite a bit of blood on it. The shirt that you pulled off of him, the T-shirt, not necessarily the outer shirt, the outer sweatshirt, but the T-shirt had quite a bit on it.
I didn't know. I just yanked that off. With the holes in the shirt?
I don't know about that. I didn't get it. We haven't really looked at all that. That's part of the reason why we're looking for a search warrant. But
I still haven't got the search warrant.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they are on that.
For a long time, the case went cold. It was complicated since the evidence has been tampered with. Besides one fight being reported between the couple by a neighbor, there was no reason to believe that Heather and Robert fought each other, let alone the possibility of violence. After years of investigation, detectives formally determined probable cause on March 27, 2025, documenting that the evidentiary threshold for criminal charges had been met. An arrest warrant was subsequently approved and executed on April 1st, 2025, nearly 5 years after the initial incident was reported as an unattended death.
So I'm going to grab your stuff from you, okay? You have an arrest.
Put your hands behind your back, Heather.
What do I have a warrant for?
For homicide. You have the right to remain silent. Any statements made by you may be used against you in court. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you free of charge. You have the right to consult an attorney.
Can I call my mom real quick?
We're going to have a marked patrol car. Is that what you're doing? Transport you.
So you just have animals in the house? You guys really had to arrest me right in front of the kids that I work with. Well, come on.
We waited until the school got out,
No,
ma'am.
but I still have kids in the cafeteria.
Okay, would you like to stand on the other side of this car?
Yeah.
Here, Chris, do you want to pull it out away from the bushes just a little bit? Here, if you come over here, he's pulling away from the bushes. That way you don't have to go.
I have no idea which way. Sorry, just a habit. Change.
Yeah. I'll put your change in your bag too.
That's fine. And my phone is back here for now.
Right.
But I'm gonna need that so like I don't have everybody's number. For
Yep.
myself, okay?
This bag's fine.
Did you rush?
detective office. Thank you. I don't know if she's attached, but she has an active murder warrant.
So, Ms. Fernandez, you've been advised of your rights.
Correct.
Do you know why you're here?
Just no.
Okay. So the last time you and I talked was back in 2020. This has to do with your husband,
Yes.
Robert.
Yes.
Okay. So we've completed our investigation. It took some time because we had a lot to process. But our investigation, from what we have, we know what happened. Okay. And this is your opportunity to tell us the truth about what happened, okay? Because what you told me last time, none of the evidence that we processed matches with what you're telling us. So I know what happened to Robert. I just don't know why it happened to him. This is your time to tell me why.
I'm gonna need an attorney.
Okay. All right. We'll get you up to the jail then.
Can I please use my phone real quick to call my boss and my mom?
Yeah, let me find out. Let me make sure that we're going to be able to do that. Otherwise, you'll be able to use it at your numbers and stuff at the jail. So.
Well, see, because like with my mom, she probably won't answer a number that she does not know.
Yeah.
You know how that is.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a minute.
You know,
I'll be right back. Just hang out.
Heather was arrested and charged in connection with the homicide of her husband. This was Cops on Patrol, bringing you exclusive body cam footage you won't see anywhere else. Like, subscribe, and thanks for your support. We want to thank the officers who serve and protect their communities, often under intense pressure and risk. Your work matters. Please keep it respectful in the comment. One moment doesn't define a person.